Well, it's nice to have everybody back together again here at the old watering hole, a great establishment, Bradley's. After Thanksgiving, we got the championship games going on. I got Sir Isaac Newton here to my left.
He's very close to solving the case, from what I understand.
But I've gotten together with the guys on Blues Clues, and we're very close, very close.
Well, AJ, glad you can make it. How you been?
I'm doing very fine, thank you very much.
Good. I hear you got a decaf coffee coming from the lovely Tiffany.
Yeah, well, they don't have. This is a real place here. I asked for decaf coffee. She says, "What are you, gay?" and I said,
and then she said testicles.
Yeah, and then she said testicles.
For no reason.
Oh man!
And so I said unto her,
Crazy place.
I said unto her, ever since I went to that religious camp, no, I'm not gay anymore. It has been prayed away. I'm just here to tell you it does work. I've seen a few up close, but that's in my past.
Enough.
That's behind me now. That's the only thing that's behind me now. No, but it's great to be here, fellas. It's good to see you again. Sorry I got held up with some traffic. Man.
Well, you would tell the truth. You forgot.
I did forget.
You forgot we were going to do this.
Forgot I got held up in traffic.
I was doing some charity work today.
Oh, were you?
Yes, I was. I was helping out the Atlanta Food Bank, and I got up early to do that. And I got back to the homestead, and I said, you know what, I'm going to just take a little nap. And my naps in this point in my life are a little bit different than my naps about 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, really?
I could tell. You came in with a pipe.
Yeah, because I went down, and, you don't know what it takes to get started anymore, especially after a nap. You also don't know what's in that bowl.
No, we don't know.
Yeah, but everything's going to...
You all right?
Yeah, everything's going to be fine.
I would think if you were doing, community work, that they'd work around your busy schedule.
Well, you got to remember, it's called community service.
But I mean, can't you
I
say,
have
hey,
to
I'll be
work
there at
around this.
11?
I'm only kidding. It's not community service as far as you know.
It's not mandated by anybody,
It's
any
not
group.
mandated. We also have the vest on. Oh, no. We're good. All right, I thought I still had the orange vest on. That would be a dead giveaway. But no, I was just helping out some people. I actually I tried, especially this time of year, which is probably stupid. A lot of people do what I do, which is, around the holidays.
I doubt it.
Well, I get more involved in doing this kind of stuff around the holidays. I need to remember, and I always tell myself with my New Year's resolution, to do this stuff year round.
Oh, yeah?
Because...
But you kind of get caught up in it?
I get caught up.
The nutcracker going on and all that stuff.
I'm a Christmassy guy.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, sometimes I just get caught up in the spirit, and I just have to go out and help, especially since I watched the movie Scrooge last night.
Oh, nothing sets the mood.
Yeah,
like that.
and he's saying, you can make a sandwich and go here. And
He's listening to Christmas carols.
I'm listening to Christmas carols.
I picked up the phone last night. It's him. He said, "Saw the balls of a long-haired collie." La la la
La la la la. You take Susie, I'll take Molly. La 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 la.
Oh, you heard it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, man. Well, it's good to see you guys again.
Christmas season.
Yeah, you got your tree up?
Yeah.
Do you?
Not decorated yet, but got it from the Riverwood baseball team.
Oh, that's right. You do that every year to donate to them.
Every year. And what I like about it is the kids deliver it and then they put it in the stand.
Yeah.
So it's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
They come pick it
I
up?
just get them to pick it up.
They don't pick it up?
Sometimes they last till March.
That's not right.
You know what I mean?
they have a guy in a lumberjack suit that goes out and cuts it down. They have the complete thing they do.
It's kind of cool. They bring the baseball team up to North Carolina.
Ah.
And they do this every year, and they come back and sell it.
I think that's bullshit. Who the hell would want to? Yeah, we go all the way up to the mountains of Appalachia. Come on, they go to some Korean church down here. They pay $45 a piece, and they're like, just sell it to old people.
Sell them to you for $70.
Dumbass.
And they hand this out to the kids, and they go, memorize this story. Memorize this.
Yeah, memorize this. This is the place.
Don't forget, you were born with no arms. But thanks to Coach, you've been able to play this game.
Thanks to Coach and a steroid regimen, you've been able to regrow your arms, you prick.
So is that the?
Go out there and sell.
Is Saturday? Is that the best ending of a football game you've ever seen?
Is it?
It's the best. It's the best I've ever seen.
I was trying
That's
to
a good
think,
question.
I've been around for so many eras.
Yes, you have.
Isn't it enough to say, for this era? Because, think about think about the Flutie. Think about
Stanford and Cal.
Yeah.
It's got to mean something with everything that was on the line there.
True,
Iron Bowl
true.
aside,
Yeah.
SEC championship berth.
Well, and you talk about the Flutie play. That was that drove him to a Heisman.
Yeah.
I mean, but you look at what happened in the play with the Stanford band. That was just freaky.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't have the kind of, the gravity at the end of the game.
I know you took it as an affront being a musician and all.
Well,
I know
hey,
you thought your band was being violated.
Okay, first of all, I'm pissed off because the tuba player got taken out.
Yeah, and that's you.
Okay, so now you're just messing with my brethren. But no, I think there is a really good case to be made for that being the most outstanding ending to maybe a sporting event of any kind.
Ever.
That's not bad. How about this? A couple things. Saban, in hindsight, you can say he made a mistake, right, to kick it. But he says this guy's been making them from practice for that long. You're not going to second guess him. But the one thing is, how do you not have any fast kids on the field? He had all of his fat kids out there.
They did not prepare for that. He did not think it was. I mean, Saban doesn't make coaches' mistakes, but he doesn't make coaches' mistakes like the best of the best of the best. Doesn't make a mistake. Comes. I mean, are you going to indict him for that?
Well,
it got away from him.
Fire Saban!
As soon,
it's
fire
his ass.
As soon as that ball was kicked, every one of them, you see in the video, every one of them stood up, turned around, and watched.
Yeah.
To see if it was good enough. And they were all big lumbering types, and you're not.
You had your
gonna
boat people out there for that play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but you see, when I saw him line up for that field goal, I mean, you had to look at the history early on in the game, and I guess this kid's a redshirt freshman he brought in. I guess he's his long leg guy to
Right,
boot.
right.
He is a long leg guy.
But you should go see Dr. Hatrag.
What yeah, the same guy who helped out Dudley Moore. What I was thinking, though, when they lined up, was having kicked the ball myself, I was thinking 57 yards, you got to drive the ball so much lower
Right.
to
Yeah,
get
so
it
you
out
could
of there
do-
for 57.
yeah.
My concern wasn't the guy running it back at all.
The other thing,
It was the ball getting blocked.
I just heard on radio, one of our sports talk stations,
Well, one of them was completely shut off on the way up here, so it couldn't have been that one.
that happens from time
It
to time.
happens.
You know?
Every once in a while, you'll get a cell that comes in, or
it's
maybe
amazing.
a lightning strike.
It is
What are you gonna do? What are you
curious
gonna
that
do?
it happens to the same station,
Eh.
but it happens.
Curiouser and curiouser.
But the thing about Saban was, or somebody was saying, I can't believe that the guy missed two. Saban hadn't tried to. This is on radio. It's a different kid. This is a different. This kid, by the way, is from Calhoun, Georgia.
Yeah.
He was the talk of. He was like the best kicker in the country. He regularly drives them 70 yards. He warms up the other team's 40. So I mean, this kid has got a huge leg.
And I think because he had a rush, he knew he had a rush coming. You don't hit him in practice like you do in practice.
No.
When you have that,
No,
and he
no,
got
no.
he got a good leg on it. Don't get me wrong.
He probably just missed it. Didn't hit the sweet spot, and that was his first time in a shiny.
But like you're saying, you got to remember the sweet spot is lower on the ball
Right.
for a kick of that distance, and your percentage of that kick being blocked goes up incrementally. I mean, when you get to that distance, 40 yards or more, every 5 yards you go back, the chance of getting blocked just shoots up.
Pleased to have Jan Stenerud with us, everybody. Thank you, Jan.
Couple other things about that football game. First of all, the kid that misses the 3 field goals,
Yeah.
right? He makes any of those field goals, they win going away.
Oh, sure.
McCarron's 99-yard touchdown pass, that's the Heisman, it's over. He's won it, right?
That was it.
That was it.
That was it.
You don't think they're going to lose the game at that point. And then finally, 2 other points actually. The decision to put the 1 second back on the clock, was that
Right.
right or wrong? Should there have been 1 second left on the
That was
clock?
correct.
That was correct?
Seemed like it was correct. That's
And
all.
then Nick Marshall's play. Okay, Gus Malzahn, the offensive genius, he needs a touchdown. He's been doing that same wheel, running
Right,
out the whole
right,
time.
right.
And right at the line of scrimmage, it was a no-look, kind of like Steve Nash basketball backyard play where the guy was wide open.
Yep.
Right.
He was saving that for when he needed it.
Yeah, he was.
Right?
Yeah. That was
wasn't-
yeah.
Guys,
That was a drawn-up
No,
play.
that was a drawn up play. That was in his back pocket.
guys, you got
Yeah.
to talk about, he's got to be coach of the year.
No, David Cutcliffe is your coach.
Cutcliffe
of the
just
year.
got
I
it.
hope.
Yeah,
It
no, he got
went
it.
down today.
Went down today.
It went down today.
Went down
Yeah.
today.
Cuddy.
Meanwhile, you were in here keeping all these people company.
But you know what?
No, because there's stuff going on out there, Joe.
The Cuddy thing kind of brings us full circle in a way when you're talking about the national championship picture now. But that game, everything is so gummed up. Now you have the ACC where you have Florida State playing a Duke team, and Cutcliffe had a great year.
Yeah,
he did a
nice,
great
yeah.
job with that team. But the fact that they're playing in the league championship game with Florida State
Right.
shows you what we're up against with the ACC. And then you take Florida State. what is it, 17 of their 22 starters on the all-conference team. I know you're talking about the ACC, but you're still talking about 17 of their...
it's like the Florida State in the old days. Florida State, this edition could have competed with the old edition.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Running roughshod. I mean, this team is dynamic. To me, the biggest injustice to us as fans, we don't see Florida State and Alabama.
Right.
That would be something.
Just give me Florida State in anybody. I mean,
I think
I don't want to see Ohio State. I'm not interested in that.
If we see that, it's going to be a crappy football game because Ohio State's defense is not as crappy.
They just gave up 41 to Michigan.
You know what, guys? I've got something about Ohio State. Just nothing turns in. It's like rooting for Nabisco or General Motors or something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like there's three great teams.
If you're bringing the
General Motors, Ohio State.
If you bring the Keebler Elves into this, I'm kicking your ass.
Those guys are useless. They gotta go.
It says they went Union.
No, I don't think anybody outside of Ohio State could care for them. I mean, it's Big Ten football. They play at 12. Their non-conference schedule is non-existent.
Yeah, you put a
Does
horrible
anybody
schedule.
else have that feeling about Ohio?
And then you put Urban Meyer.
Ohio State just has no magic to me. It just doesn't.
It's not even a sneaking little suspicion. We've seen them play this year. We know they're not all that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
We've seen the schedule they played.
I haven't seen them. I've seen the schedule they played. I haven't seen them enough live
It just
to really have a feeling for how they play.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy at the gym today, former college player, played a couple years in the NFL, and he's pretty tight with SC, University of Southern Cal, and obviously Scarsazian, who went up to coach Washington for 4 years, and now is back down at USC. Orgeron, ends up losing the game. He says, "The hell with y'all, coach your own bowl game." I'm not coming. And rightfully so. But all these kids that are on Washington's team that were recruited out of Southern California by this coach who sold them a bill of goods, isn't that just the way it is now in college football? You never know.
In regard to what? Never know.
When the guy comes and sits in your living room and says, "Hey, come play for me. This is why you got to go." You can't trust anybody.
No, especially like a guy like Sarkisian, especially like a guy like Jim Mora.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These guys can go anywhere at any given time. Matt Brown will be different. You know he's going to be there or they're going to fire him.
Well.
I mean, it's tough for kids today. And those guys should be given a free pass to transfer. And
Well, a lot of times they are in that situation. They get rid of the year.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Well, I mean, Mark Richt, one of those guys. This is the best job he's ever done. Woo! I mean, my God, you lose Murray. All the injuries. You just go on and on.
You lose
in
Murray
spite
just
of your
before
boy
the
running the
game,
defense,
Well,
dialing it up.
No, seriously, if you had a defense, first of all, they'd be defending national champions. Second of all, you'd win some games just on defense has never carried the day for them, ever, in the last 3-4 years. Never.
But yet they put more guys in the league on that side of the ball than just about anybody.
Speaking of that,
There's got to be, what's going on in Georgia that thing doesn't get solved?
I think it gets solved this year.
well, do you think it was on the Grantham thing? We heard what Rick said. By the way, Rick did not come out and say that his job was safe. Everybody misread that when that came out. They said that's a vote of confidence. He said he's going to be staying. No, he said everybody should be back. Now, he insinuated that was going to be, affected in large part by whether these guys decide to leave on their own. But he never came out and said that
I don't
they
think
were
it's
back.
his decision.
Well, it should be McGarrity's. McGarrity should be the guy that pulls the trigger on that.
Exactly. But when something is so glaringly obvious that this guy is overmatched, how does that? If I was a head coach, I couldn't live with that.
Well,
I'd go Icky Baluki. I'd go,
the first year,
what are you telling me I can't fire
the
him?
first year argument was, well, he doesn't have his scheme.
Right.
He doesn't have his players to run this scheme. We're making a switch. The second year was, well, we had a tough schedule. We're heading in the right direction, like the Egyptians said, right? Remember they were going in the right direction. Going in the right direction.
I'll never forget that.
And then last year,
I'll never forget that.
No,
Last year
I
you
still
were
watch
play
that
away.
classic plays. What's
so
that?
last year you were play away.
Yeah.
So
No,
he's
no,
got to come back, and now it's case closed.
You would hope.
You know who I think?
You know who? I think it's kind of, I don't want to say dirty, but somebody who shouldn't have their nose in it has got their nose in it. Some alumnus who's been, and he's the one who got Michael Adams' attention. Michael Adams put pressure on Brick to bring him aboard. This guy didn't have the qualifications to coach, be a defensive coordinator at a major institution with national championship aspirations. He's not qualified.
Would you be in favor if they brought Van Gorder back?
No.
Oh, I would know. I would
No.
No?
No, but I tell you, on the Grantham thing, one thing I wanted to bring up was if you take this year completely out of the mix, he has a lot of youth coming into this season, and they've had a rash of injuries with that football team too. But they had the youth you knew was going to be a problem coming into this year. Forget about this year. If you look at what happened last year with all those guys who went to the NFL, look at the middling job they did last year.
Yep.
I mean, he should have been. There's no reason he should have been back this year.
And like AJ, as you said, Hans, he needed that first year to install his system. Well, you know what? He still hasn't installed the system because you can't see it. They play with no identifiable personality. You can't look at them. Any team that's worth their salt, you can look at, and you can look at them enough where you say, you've got a design in your head. You can see them. You could pick them out of a crowd of 10 different videos. Say, yeah, that's them. And you can't do that.
And you can say they're building something.
There's nothing identifiable with Georgia's defense. There's
Wait, at the end of
there's
the
no
day-
personality, no scheme.
At the end of the day, they beat Tech again. I mean, Rick's 12-1 against Tech.
But that's what they do.
I mean, they're 12-1 against Tech. They've won 3 in a row against Florida. They beat Tennessee every year.
Okay.
They should have beaten Auburn if that wasn't the biggest second biggest miracle. Excuse me.
No, I mean
that I've seen.
When you talk about that miracle this year, they're first going to think about the
Georgia.
and the second would be the Georgia.
Oh yeah.
Those are 2 big plays.
Speaking of miracles.
Well, thank you. I do amaze from time to
Oh
time.
yeah. I'm sorry, I missed your birthday. Happy birthday, Bo.
Thank
Oh, well, happy
belated.
That's great. Why didn't you tell me? I would have brought a stripper over or something.
Oh.
Probably a really nice guy too.
I turned the big 5-0, guys.
Oh, you did. How does that feel? Because I'm coming up on it too in about 11
I think
years.
they're going human growth.
Yeah, because I just turned. You know how old I am again? 39.
Are you?
You know they're shutting his gym down?
Why are they doing that?
They shouldn't have just sold it.
Oh,
Buckhead, yeah, now it won't be.
well, you were using that old school gym. You got that thing. You get in and it goes.
That's work.
It's like the Biltmore Estates gym.
I went in there. I'm like, he's like, come work out with me, right? So I walk in there. I'm like, where is this? Next thing you know, it's this big white van. I'm like,
That's all he's got.
Take a shower and I go home.
yeah.
It's a hell of a workout.
But it worked. There was like 2 pounds of fat laying on the floor around him. It was good.
Are they still going to give you your rate?
I hope so.
In the new gym?
I hope so.
I mean, this was the new gym of Buckhead.
Yeah.
Even though it hasn't been new in 20 years.
No. Anything new is what I speak of. It's born again.
Cutting edge.
I hope they give you the same rate.
I do too. Because I'm broke.
I was telling Bo, I said, you should just act like you leave something there every day. Just go right past the gate. Excuse me, I left my pipe here yesterday. I left my workout gloves.
I'm actually getting involved with the strip mall health club that's just opening up in Norcross. It's called UFit. Yeah, because I have to save the money,
Yeah.
So this place is like they're doing this introductory thing, no money down, but it's one of those places they put in like a little strip mall.
It's got like one dumbbell and they use it to hold the door open.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you tell them who you are?
I told them who I am, and they actually tried to escort me off the property. But I'm going to get in there. I know it's going to be one of those deals where it's like, you want to do some curls. It's like, ding. Now serving 27. Okay. It's going to be packed in there. But, I got to save the cash.
Guys, how about Seattle and San Francisco? Was that a doozy?
Talk about coming up or
No, I mean
Seattle, New Orleans?
Yeah, so Seattle, New Orleans, and Seattle, San Francisco coming up. This is like a great test. This is like think about the great emotional test it is for Auburn coming up. I mean, think about where they've been. Think about what they're trying to accomplish. Think about doing it and now have to do it again against a tough team like Missouri. Well, the same thing with Seattle. I mean, Seattle's coming off the Walls. That was a Donnybrook. That was a war. Now going to take on San Francisco, who's the second most physical team in the league, to
Let's go back to, the last couple of years in the NFL. Let's see who's won the championship. Baltimore won it last year.
Yep.
Who was it before Baltimore?
Hell, my mind doesn't go.
No, really, I'm just trying to remember who it was.
Actually, I can't remember.
Giants?
It
was the Giants.
The Giants
before them.
got it last year.
Okay, before that it was Green Bay, right? Before that it was New Orleans.
Well, you don't drink cable, do you?
But none of those teams, had a game where week 11 or week 12 where they beat the second best team in the NFL by 35 points.
Right.
It didn't matter.
Right.
In the NFL, it's about, first of all, making it to the playoffs and being hot at the right time.
Right.
I bet our Super Bowl champion, we're not even talking about right now.
Oh, I'm not.
No, I bet it's some San Francisco.
I think it's going to be Carolina.
That's the team that beat us 2 years in a row. Green Bay and the Giants are the ones that went to the Super Bowl, and they were
all those years Pittsburgh won.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere.
Well, I brought this up a couple of weeks ago, and I feel this way even more so now. Watch out. Nobody wants to play Carolina right now. Because that defense is, they'll kill you.
Agree.
They will kill you. And they're my team right now. If you sit me down right now, they're my team from the NFC.
As a Falcons fan, typically I hate teams in the NFC South. I damn sure hate Tampa and I hate New Orleans. But there's something about this Carolina team that I can kind of root for because they're kind of, the underdog. They've been so shitty for so long. They have an identity.
Yeah.
I mean, come from a completely different place than us, meaning the Falcons.
Yeah.
We came a different route. We came through the rich neighborhood. These guys have been working their way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
We went trick-or-treating on golf carts.
Exactly. These other guys are throwing eggs if they didn't get a dime from the
There's people putting ice cubes in their bags so the candy spills out.
We have
to make a little noise. Thank you, sir.
We have services
Take
that come
another
in
piece of
and
ice.
put up our Christmas decorations.
Yeah, that group.
Yeah.
The other group, is stealing trees and putting them up.
Yeah, one Jolly Rancher, kiss my ass.
But you're right. No, they're very rootable.
Yeah.
Tough, hard-nosed, Rivera.
Steve Smith,
Yeah.
right, is the leader. Greg Olson.
Don't you want Steve Smith in your team?
Yeah, I'm afraid he might hurt one of my teammates, but that's
No,
all right.
that's why you want him on your team, because he's going to hurt one of us twice a year. But I love his attitude. I mean, it's just so
Infectious.
Wouldn't he be great for like Woody and for Roddy and Julio to come up behind and have that game day attitude?
It's not in our DNA.
Maybe
I know,
not.
but
I think Roddy, it may be.
I know, but I hate to say this because I hate to jump on the Smitty bashing bandwagon because Smitty has a lot of upside, but he doesn't bring that to the
He
team.
shows up every day. Everybody's on time, and then after that, what's he got?
Well, okay, this is what I think.
I was out of practice yesterday. You know what I think? The only
They let
thing
you in? I thought it was
just first 5 minutes.
Then that's it.
No,
Then you got to go.
You get a little special teams. You get a little.
Oh, that is delightful. Is that a little nutmeg in that?
How the hell did you get coffee? You ordered that like
That is,
45
I
minutes
think,
ago.
that is just
That is fresh.
like a beautiful fall day.
I bet that shit's hot.
Oh, little nutmeg. That's just delicious.
So anyway, after 5 minutes, you got to leave. I just wanted to show my face. I was looking at Smitty.
I bet they were glad for that.
I made their day. And I'm looking at them, I'm looking at him, looking at me, and I said, oh, come on, Smitty. And so I was thinking the only thing he needs, like to complete his whole deal, is a pipe and a robe. And maybe some comfortable slippers. It'd be perfect, like just
He's
round him
going to
out.
do that old Hugh Hefner show.
Yeah, just like while he's on the sideline,
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing he needs.
I would love to see a coach do that. I would.
Maybe Rex Ryan, when he knows that his goose is finally cooked,
Yeah.
he just goes out there and says, "The hell with it.
Thank you.
I'm done. I got no shot." But no, as far as the other team that's like that, you think is so dominant, is the way that Denver's been steamrolling everybody this year. But I'm just not buying it.
Thank you.
That guy every year when it matters, he throws a pick to lose a game. I don't care. Give me Brady over him. Give me Breeze over him.
Please.
Give me his goofy ass little brother over him.
Give me a younger version of himself over him now. I don't know. Do it again.
In that cold weather, somebody's going to hit him and the neck's going to freeze.
We got a new catchphrase. This is awesome. This is Bo at his entertaining best.
Don't go there. Don't go there, please.
What do you like about him so much?
He's so good. He's so precise. What do you want?
Phony.
He's not phony.
Phony.
No, check him out. And you know, Eli's phonier than him, and Eli's not phony.
Eli's too dumb to
This
be
is
phony.
the way he is. This is the way
He's just
he is.
Eli.
Eli calls up Archie every day and says, "Can I quit playing football now? Daddy, can I quit playing football now?"
Eli's like Gomer Pyle. That's who he reminds me of. He's like Gomer Pyle.
They told Eli in practice one day. They said, "My grandmother could throw that long ball better than you," and he went, "Well, bless her heart."
Hey, by the way, how long is Catherine Webb going to be with AJ McCarron?
I think for a while, because I think she's going to make more money than him.
I think she already is. I mean, not that he-
He does go to Alabama, so we don't know.
But, you know, supposedly she's already racked up $1 million in
For her, she should. She's gorgeous.
Oh, I know.
And we can't get Alabama to open the books on what his payroll is.
I know, but he just seems like Joe Bag of Donuts with her.
Does she have any talents? Like, she did a talent show?
Yeah, she's a gold digger. That's her talent.
Forrest Gump, where Ginny's
She
on
knows how to
stage.
latch on to a Heisman
And
candidate.
she's playing the guitar, and that guy's on the front row. She's like, I finally have what I have. I get to play my songs in front of people. And that guy goes, how about you play a harmonica, baby?
The talent competition, she stood there and went, "Look at these, football boy." That's great.
How about you get her a harmonica? So, I don't know. I think Ohio State's going to end up going. I haven't seen.
It's going to be a horrible football game.
I haven't seen Sparty play enough this year, but I'll sure as hell be rooting for him.
I'm rooting for him. I love him this week.
Do you?
I love them this week. I just think that Ohio State, they're just not good enough to be doing that. I think that, when you think about their schedule, they're piling up all these accolades. Nobody knows really what they're like because, evaluating them is relevant to who they're playing, and we haven't seen them against anybody that's formidable.
You guys going to watch any of this shit show tonight? Jacksonville?
No.
Jacksonville and Houston?
I'm thinking more along the lines of team trivia tonight. I don't want
If
to.
you're the Falcons,
Houston-
though, you're
Houston-
trying to get in the...
I don't know. Guys, Houston used to
Trying
be
to
such a
draw a picture.
Yeah, trying
I
to
got
sell it.
nothing.
You got to do.
Houston used to be such a glamorous franchise. I mean, you like them. You like what's Houston doing. To me, it's kind of like rooting for Ohio State. What is that?
You're
they
like
have
Nabisco,
they
you
have
humpity hump.
They have no presence. And Gary Kubiak, he's like, of
He's
course
been in a hospital,
Of
for
course
God's
he
sakes.
had a heart attack.
They left Wade Phillips
he
in
had a
charge
heart
of this
attack
shit.
like 4 years ago, and they didn't diagnose it. For guys, been walking around with that thing ever since.
And now you're starting on Gary Kubiak. Don't.
Hey, he's gone. He's gone. I wonder who else gets canned.
Not the
How
right
about
people.
Spurrier beating Clemson again?
Yeah, I love Spurs.
I think there's a nice thing he said about Connor Shaw after the game. He said, as far as Heisman, and he doesn't know what he's going to be at the next level. He said, but he's the greatest quarterback in South Carolina history, and it was, a pleasure having him play for us.
Right. That was cool.
I love to have residual hate for him from the days when he was in Florida, but the guy does. He has the package, man.
Sometimes guys grow on me. Like, I used to detest Kobe.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm looking at Kobe today and saying, I think it now. I get
You got a lot of Kobe in you, the more I think about it.
You think?
I think so.
Don't want to see him at a hotel in Colorado.
I think
I need some rehab.
I'm putting out the ironing board, and then I'm going to take you down to Chinatown.
And maybe if you're lucky, I'll leave a note. Shit. I don't know.
Sorry about your tar pit, but I came to play.
Did you guys been watching any hoops? Any NBA? It's been
Yeah,
great college
yeah.
on. How about Tech last night? You'd see Tech?
I did.
They won 64-63. They're playing on Illinois Big Ten.
Right.
They closed out the game on a 19-3 run to win the game, 64-63.
No, I know. No, it's like they're up and down. And that's why I wrote a commentary.
We have to finish the
other day.
show before this guy gets in the door. He's
will.
moving at a snail's pace.
We're wrapping up. This guy may be replacing AJ.
Hello. At least he wakes up on time. Yeah.
I forgot what it is.
I didn't mean to.
It totally derailed him on
I
this
didn't mean
deal.
to derail you there.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of my North Carolina Tar Heels.
That was nice
Well,
last night.
college basketball,
Yeah.
it's missing. I don't know what it is. In other
Yeah,
words, it's
Tim
kinda
Duncan
like,
and
it's
the
kind of
freaking
like it's kind of
guys
like
that played
watching
3 or 4
NASCAR.
years.
You know,
Yeah.
oh, that's Jimmy Johnson. Oh, the other game. Oh, that's Jimmy Johnson. You know, it's like they all look like Harvard Johnson. You know, all college basketball is looking alike to me.
And then with my Tar Heels, you know, I see them. They lose to like UAB, then they beat Louisville the next day.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what to think about them this year.
What do you think about
And
Tomlin
last
getting?
night they win going away.
What do you think about Tomlin getting fired $100,000 for the sideline deal?
I thought that was a little high.
I think it's a little ridiculous.
You know what I mean? And now they're talking about maybe draft choices. He must have been. Somebody must have known that he did that because you see him looking over his shoulder.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, as you see them, that looks damning to me.
But anyway, you know what I mean? That's what a coach is supposed to do. That's your team. You're competing. You know,
But
you
he
don't
did-
think at that point. If you could ease over a little bit, make a guy change his direction.
Well, but he actually did put his
it's
foot
innate.
into the field of play.
Yeah.
If you watch it, did you notice that when you saw the replay? He actually did put his foot into the field of play. Now, does that warrant $100,000?
If that's $100,000,
No,
then Jason Kidd should be
Yeah,
$250,000.
No, he got screwed on that deal.
Hit me! What a poor bad. That guy is so in over his head.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, that just shows you reflection of ownership, right?
Yeah.
They got that crazy Russian running that team.
Right.
They go out, they trade for Joe Johnson, which nobody in their right
Thank
mind,
God.
unless they were
Thank
from another
God.
country, would do. I mean, you look at all the misfits they have on this team. And then you put Jason Kidd, who just retired, in charge of them. Hit me. They're screwed.
Yeah.
This is the dumbest thing. I mean,
You know, I thought that was
New
gonna work-
arena?
I thought it was going to work out okay. I maybe I just put too much into Jason Kidd's leadership ability or overestimated it because I thought he could make it through. But you see, he's talking to Paul Pierce the other night. And, you know, you're him talking to
am I Paul Pierce?
No, I'm Paul.
I want to be Paul Pierce.
No,
Okay, you gonna be Paul
Jason
Pierce?
Kidd. You be Jason Kidd.
Okay, who am I?
Hit me.
You're Prokhorov, the German. I mean, the Russian owner. You're Prokhorov.
I am for to rain on your parade.
Anyway, Jason Kidd's talking to Paul Pierce.
Are you in a wheelchair?
No, I'm not just.
I must destroy you.
Paul, why won't you listen to a word I'm saying? So basically, they're not listening to
No. I was surprised.
you. You got Kevin
But, you know,
Garnett.
yeah, but
you got Jason
yeah,
Terry.
You know, but I made that. It was kind of like I forgot to realize. You know, Garnett, Paul Pierce. I mean, those guys been operating on their own, frequency for a long
Doc
time.
Rivers let him go.
You know, and so the last thing they want to hear is something from Jason Kidd, who just a year ago they were, taking him off his game. You know, I mean, they don't.
I got it all figured out. You know why Karolinko's there? Remember Karolinko? Karolinko turned down guaranteed $11.8 million to go to Minnesota to take 2 to go to Russia.
What does that mean? Gelt under the thing? What?
But he's your
Rumors.
rumors.
Enough of basketball talk. Everyone drink vodka.
Karolinko, after every game, he just pulls out a second cell phone and he's like, "This shit is fucked up. Your money is spent very poorly."
I am so drunk I would hit a Sacramento Kings cheerleader.
I kind of love it though, because you know the Hawks get their pick.
Yeah.
So I just sit there every night and just watch them go down in flames, and then watch the Hawks draft some
it.
Ukrainian guy.
and I'm happy with the way the Hawks are looking. You know.
Man, you know what? Isn't it
10-10.
amazing what a little bit of coaching
Yeah.
can do? I mean, they look like they know what they're doing down the stretch. Everybody's moving the ball. I mean, it's that Larry Drew stuff. That whole episode was.
How about
criminal.
this?
That was
The
criminal.
2 worst records outside of Utah right
All right, 2
now
former coaches.
are Larry Drew and Coach Woodson.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you be Woody and I'll be Larry Drew.
You be a cigar store Indian. See you, everybody. Take care.